The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan. Oh, God.
It gets me so hard.
Oh, God.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, a video game podcast. Today, as you know by the title and the beautiful, beautiful semi-pornographic sound of the PlayStation 2 startup screen, today I am going to be discussing the PlayStation 2. So excited. This is the one I've been looking forward to.
Is this finally back on track in order for console generations?
Well, I mean, we did the PS3 and 360 and shit before. But I kind of want to go back and maybe do them again. Because, like, Joe did it by generation.
Yeah.
But I like doing them by themselves because I think that's a really good way to highlight the console and all of its strengths, as opposed to, like, an overall, like, oh, here's, you know.
Well, I never really do that good with these, mostly because I never had a PlayStation 2
well,
or
the next one's going to be...
the Xbox, right?
Actually... No.
GameCube?
I can't remember which one came out first.
Xbox was the last in the generation.
I think I'll do okay with GameCube.
In about
Xbox, I'll also do okay because that was like I had an Xbox, but I was never like 100% into it. But Xbox 360 in that generation, I'll probably do the best at.
Yeah.
Well, after Xbox is the Wii, I think.
Yeah.
Never had one.
Xbox 360 and then PS3.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. I think I might do those as separate because I did them all together before, but I don't know. I kind of like doing them as their own thing because we have more time, you know, for each console, and there's a lot of cool shit that each of these consoles do.
There's a lot to talk about. So
yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing today. If you like the show, support us on Patreon, patreon.com/NudeClan podcast. You can find us streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/NudeClan Gaming. We got that. We got a whole network of podcasts. New episodes of For a Few Chickens More, A Song of Schweiss and Johnson coming out. We're going to finish that show up. Ultima Final Fantasy. We've got Puff Puff Hour. They should be coming out with a review, hopefully semi-soon, depending on when a couple of them finish the next Dragon Quest game. That is, of course, a Dragon Quest podcast. Backlogs for Getting Fat with Caleb and Joe, Super Sexy Swinging Fan Fiction. You can check all of that out at nudeclan.net. There's a little podcast tab. Listen to all of them. So, a lot of good stuff there. What the fuck? What have you guys been up to this week, gaming-wise? What's been going on?
Let's see. I played some Tekken 7. I broke down and bought that. I'm enjoying it.
What about it? How's it compare to other games in that genre?
It's a little slower, but your moves hit harder, and it's a lot easier to do certain special abilities. So basically, for Tekken 7, they added this like assist feature where like you can hold down L1, and then you press the square, triangle, circle, cross, whatever.
It says a bitch button.
And then it's like a quick thing to do one of your special attacks.
Okay.
On those, but then you still have to do combos. There is a combo assist thing if you're a bitch. So like all you have to do is press square, triangle, whatever to beat people. So
is that also available playing it online?
Yeah, it is.
Huh. Okay. Well,
So yeah,
Nice.
played some of that, and then I played some more Astral Chain.
Asshole chain.
Astral Chain.
I heard of asshole
I'll have
beads.
to let one of you guys borrow it when I'm done.
Yeah,
and
the
then-
odds of us playing that, not great.
Yeah, probably not. And then played some Smash Bros.
Which one?
And the one on Switch Ultimate, and then some Sekiro. And that's it.
Did you Sekiro at the Sekiro?
I did, yeah. I managed to get to the first two bosses, and
sounds like you're still in the running for this game,
I'm
Craig.
stuck there. No,
Yeah, you're ahead of all of
I'm really
us.
not.
You're the furthest in this
I'm
game.
only further because I started way before you.
Well, you've started, period, is another...
He's on his period.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but
The-
you didn't order the game until until it was voted on. So,
yeah.
got it like a week after I've been playing it.
Well, I'm looking at my copy right now. That was delivered to Schweiss's house for some reason.
Yeah, I fucking told them to deliver it to Cameron, and I was kind of hoping they gave us 3 of them. Because sometimes
I
Amazon will
checked.
fuck up. Not this time.
Nothing. So
It's total bullshit, because I know I selected Cameron's.
Did
and
you
it's like,
check the orders and see what it said? For
it
the
says
Sekiro
that
copies?
I said to send it to mine. But I know I fucking clicked on...
Did you also
Cameron's
click
house.
on combine the order into one shipment?
No, I made separate ones because Amazon was like, hey, you're doing the same order. Are you sure you want to duplicately order this same item? And I was like, yes. And then they were like, okay, they're both going to your house now. Just kidding. I mean, I don't know if you would have played it anyway.
I
but
might
still.
have. I would have put it in for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you would.
No, yeah. I'm glad we have a bit of time to really get into this because it sounds like we're going to need it.
Yeah, is there a trophy for dying? Because there's kind of been one in each of the Souls.
Is there a trophy for dying twice?
Yeah. Oh!
I honestly can't remember if
That would
there is
be
a
awesome.
trophy for that.
Because there usually is one for dying in the games. Like it
I don't-
says
I
you
mean,
are dead.
dying is part
I don't
of
think
this
there
game.
is.
Lame.
There is one for getting your sword, but that's like a give me. They just give.
Well,
it
so
to
is dying in these.
Well, yeah, that's true.
that they give. That's the gift that keeps on giving. You know.
There is one for like collecting the various prosthetics for your arm. So, but I don't remember if there's one for dying.
All right. Well, we'll find out very soon. I have no doubt.
Yeah, you gonna play it as soon as we're done here?
Probably not. I don't know. I need to start it, but I have other stuff I need to do as well. What about you, Cameron? What have you been up to this week?
As far as games, I played a little bit of that Monster Hunter again. And then Saturday I played some Overwatch, some Battlefield 5, just like a round or two of that. But then I also put in some time on that free racing game that came out. I can't remember the name. What was it, Craig?
Horizon Chase Turbo.
Horizon Chase Turbo, was that it?
No, you were playing Wipeout, the one that was
Yeah.
a free game
The free
last
game.
month, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean,
I don't know why PlayStation thinks the Wipeout series is huge.
it's like I don't feel compelled to keep playing it, but I have it downloaded, and it seems like a game I could probably beat within a couple hours. But
Probably. It's a racing game. It's
Yeah.
probably got like 100 races.
and
you're
I'm
done.
usually pretty decent, and during racing games, I haven't found it particularly challenging yet. So
Did you do that in Horizon Chase Turbo, though?
no, I have not.
That one's fun.
You probably like that one better.
Probably because this one's just like very average. Like it feels like a mobile game ported to a console.
That's like the definition of Wipeout to me. I've played a few Wipeouts, and they're not that great.
Yeah, I've never played one, so I don't know.
So who knows? I mean, I might play it again if I'm not feeling about playing anything serious. So I might, I'm going to look at It's Time to Beat, and if it's real short, I'm just going to finish it up.
Yeah. All right. That's it for you?
Yeah, that's all I got around to this week.
All right, so I have played a couple things this week. I played 50 Cent, Blood on the Sand, of course, you all know. Watch the streams.
50 Cent.
I played some World of Final Fantasy.
You loving that?
No, I really don't like that
Loving
game.
the similarities between that and Digimon.
It's kind of a worse game, honestly.
I was preparing you. For,
The combat's not
that
really
game.
very fun either.
Wait,
No,
was it?
it's not.
Was it the Wipeout Omega Collection?
Yes.
That's a 28-hour game.
Huh. How? That doesn't make any sense.
Solo is 20 hours. Let me see what it's split across. 29
for, like,
playing,
doing every
268
race?
backlog. Main story, they pulled 4 people. Average is 13 hours. Main plus extra averages 24 hours. Okay, so I guess the average amongst 4 people who played it was 13 hours. For
Yeah, you
me.
can pound through that pretty fast.
It's still a little bit more than the 6
That's a pretty
hours I
long
was
time
willing
for
to
a racing
invest.
Man, Burnout 3 is a motherfucker of a long game.
Well, yeah, but that's like...
It's like 171 races
Yeah.
and events, just total. It's crazy. But yeah, you're right. Most racing games aren't that long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played those. This has been kind of a light week for gaming. Like I played 50 Cent heavily last weekend and my days off, Monday and Tuesday. But then I kind of realized that I had to plan this episode, and I also had to watch 2 hours of Game of Thrones and get those episodes ready. And then I also have to record all of this shit. And on Wednesday, I realized I actually don't have any time to do all of these things. Because I'm also supposed to be reading the 10.2.5 novella for Ultima. And I was like, wow, I can't actually play games this week for the most part. Because I just literally don't have time. No Outbreak File 2 online this week. Kind of unfortunate. But yeah, kind of a lighter week. Even with the 3 titles. Because World of Final Fantasy is just miserable. So I only play it for like an hour at a
God,
time.
it's such a passive game, dude. It's so unbelievably easy. There's like... It's mind-numbing.
Yeah, I've only died once, and it's because I didn't realize
died?
that... Yeah, I didn't realize that I could triple stack if I made my guys not chibi. Like, I was thinking like they had to be chibi for certain worlds.
Yeah, the
they
meat,
don't.
The only use for the middle dudes is for when you're regular sized.
Yeah,
because
and
you
then-
count as the large monster.
Yeah,
in that
and then you
case.
triple down and you fucking annihilate everything. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, well, that was really easy.
Yeah, dude. When you get the behemoth, it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. I think I got
or the
one.
Vampire Prime, because
I think I have a behemoth. He's lower, but I got him.
they count as the large monsters, and so then you go the chibi form, and then you
Yeah.
just fuck everything because he's like hugely base
I think
power.
I'm working on Ifrit and I think a behemoth right now. Try to get those
You
guys
know,
up.
I wouldn't use the Ifrit that it gives you
Yeah.
because it doesn't really learn any of the abilities. If you get like the Frit or whatever it's called, the little creature, it will eventually become Ifrit, and it can learn a lot more powers and get more bonus abilities.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll see that as I play it more, but I just can't sit down.
If it has a star next to its name, I would just not use it.
Okay. Well, we know what everyone's been playing this week. The real question is anyone beating a game this week?
I beat Tekken 7.
All right. Tekken isn't the 7 part of the N.
Wasn't another game you played this week, Craig, that Soul Calibur again? You're telling me about that, 2B.
Yeah, I did play it a little bit, so I could check out 2B. And
Always checking out that 2B. Huh?
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
2B's pretty good.
All right. What about
Ben?
you, Cameron?
Nah.
All right. I beat...
God damn it. I fucking hate that song.
I fucking love that song.
I love
dude.
that part of that song.
G-Unit!
That is the best part.
That's like the best part of any song, Craig. That's like better than the face melting solo on 1. Like
If
it's better than the guitar battle of like 8 minutes.
If
in
he
Hangar
didn't sing
18,
it
like,
all in that song, and it was literally just the beat and then occasionally G-Unit, then it would be a great song.
Why don't you like that song, Craig?
Because it's awful.
Yeah,
Just
dude,
like everything else he
I
does.
fucking dude, I don't know, man. I think 50 Cent's pretty great now.
No.
I think it's pretty fucking great.
I can't wait till
No, you
I can't wait
don't.
till the review when you guys get
You
into
won't.
it.
It's only a week away. You won't have to wait very long.
Yeah.
We have to decide what we're going to do as our side game too. Do you guys just want to do Uncharted 2?
Yeah.
It's like 3 weeks from now. You want to pound through it, Cameron? You just do it in a day, man. It's not very long, is it, Craig?
No.
And you got the collection.
It's like 12 hours.
Apparently that's supposed to be the good one, so...
Yeah,
It is the best one.
Let's just pound through Uncharted 2.
It has 26 chapters, just so you guys know.
That's all right. I'm not going to play this one on the hardest because I can't, so I'll just play...
Yeah, I would not.
I might do a collectibles guide, and then do... That way when I'm doing the hardest, I just have to focus on the game, but...
Yeah, just play it on normal, get all the treasures, and then beat it on crushing, and then you should be able to get the plat outside of, like, the online stuff.
And they might have online still for the remaster.
I think they do, but they just barely turned it off for the PS3 stuff.
Okay.
So
We'll have to look at the PS4 one then.
I'm glad I platinumed Uncharted 2 on PS3.
Yeah, now it's unobtainable.
Yep.
Just like 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, also unattainable.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, let's do that.
Unfortunate.
So next week we'll do 50 Cent, and then the 2 weeks after that we'll do Uncharted 2. So try to have that in the next week or so I can pound it out as well.
It depends on how much Sekiro takes out of me.
Yeah.
But if that's the goal to have that done soon, then I guess I could just...
Because Sekiro will be...
Focus on that and get that out of the way and then go back to Sekiro.
Yeah, Sekiro will be it won't be for a while.
Yeah.
But I figured that's an easy one. And
I might need that time to beat it, though, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's why...
Because any game like that, you need a little bit of time away from it.
Yeah.
Then get back into it.
It takes some real time. So we'll do that, and then 2 weeks after that is that Sekiro?
Yeah. Well, Sekiro is how many months away?
Sekiro should be like 6 weeks from now.
Nah, we probably fucked it up. Whatever. That's how it's going to be.
Because last week it was 7, because that's when we voted on it.
The last week's when it won.
Yeah, so it was 7 weeks from that. 7 weeks from when the game wins.
Yeah.
So it's 6 weeks from now.
Well, no. It should be 7 weeks from...
It's 7 weeks
from
when the game wins.
It can't be 6 weeks from now because every other episode is a review, and if next week is the review, that's an odd number, so it has to be 7.
Well, we've been fucking up when we do the votes.
Yeah, I think you're right. It'll be the next game review after Uncharted 2, whenever that happens, as our Uber game.
Yeah.
And then we'll have you guys' episodes in between then. So that's kind of the schedule for the next little bit. Yeah, 50 Cent next week. Get fucking pumped, man. I am so excited to fucking talk about this game.
I bet you are.
So fucking stoked. Woo! Love
Jesus.
that sound. There's a song before that he does that like the whole song. It's like every 10 seconds. He'll be like,
It's all awful. It's all awful.
Fucking God, Craig. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and you've fucking trained yourself to enjoy it because it was the only way you could survive.
Dude, after a while, you just
Stockholm Syndrome with the 50 Cent music.
That's right. So, the nude hog for the host is as follows. Caleb Craig, first place, 35 games beaten. I am in second place, sitting at 28 games beaten. And Cameron, last place, chilling with 12 games complete on the year. You talk, Cameron, you talk about upping that here and then, with the games in between. But
yeah.
I mean, and as much shit as we give you, you did beat the Surge.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
No, I just had fun playing that. That's what it's about, man. It's having fun.
You didn't have to beat Star Wars Battlefront 2, although you kind of accidentally did that.
That was an accident. No, it's more of a... It tells more about who developed the game and how easy it was to go through it rather than me being really drawn into it.
Yeah. You just liked it because it's beautiful.
It was beautiful, and it was the first game I was playing on my newly built PC. So yeah,
and then I guess arguably New Gundam.
Yeah, I did throw in New Gundam, but it was more or less I didn't want to plan the episode that was assigned to me the next day.
Yeah,
and that was easier to spend 3 hours beating that game.
Yeah,
that shitty fucking game.
than to plan something else. It would have taken less time to plan something, but then you got to come up with what that thing is.
Whenever I think about episodes I want to plan that I think would be really good, it just takes a lot of effort to plan it, because it's not for something that's just super chill and easy. We sit down and talk about it. It's like stuff that I actually want to like research about and do some stuff, like actually like delving into it. And I'm just like, who's got time for that?
Ain't nobody.
You know what? I don't know. I know what you mean. I got done at 4 in the morning, and I didn't go to bed until 6 because I was planning this PS2 stuff.
Yeah, I just need to start now and have something ready by the next episode.
Yeah, that's what.
And I feel like if I have that much planning time into it, it'd actually be a decent episode.
Yeah. So just do that.
Or I can just keep having games beat that we can review, and we are a video game review podcast. Might as well beat more games at some point.
Yeah, that works too. I mean, either way.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. Craig, do we have any questions? Anything that we can answer here?
Let me look that up real quick.
Oh, let's look at this. Let's watch this video for a second.
Why?
Because it's
What video?
It's amazing. It's a Quiet Place.
The sequel?
No. Just wait.
This is great listening.
Yeah, this is excellent. So it's the scene where the dad and the son come across the dead mom, the dead old lady, and then just wait. It's gonna be amazing. So the old man opened up his mouth, and then the PlayStation 2 sound came in. That's the other iconic sound, the little wow. I love that sound, dude. There's something about the way the PlayStation starts up and the way it makes that little like wow sound before a PS2 game comes up, and it's like, man, PS3 is so gay sounding compared to this thing.
I kind of wish they still did that.
It's kind of like a Pavlov's dog type of thing. You ring the bell and have the treat. You hear the PlayStation startup sound, bloom, and you're just, ready to game.
Yeah.
Well,
and then you're like,
you
man,
got the trophy sound on top of that. It's the only thing that PS3 has.
That's the only comparable jizz-worthy sound that comes out of these guys, And like every one of them has their little noise, but I just, it's just kind of lame. Like PS3 is a super like, nah.
Yeah.
So, the PlayStation 2 is a video game console developed by Sony Computer Entertainment and released in Japan on what day?
Oh, jeebus. In Japan?
Yes.
November 15th, 2000?
November 15th, 2000. All right, Cameron, what about you?
April 24th. Wasn't it 1999? No, it's 2000. This is 2000.
April 24th, 2000?
Yeah.
Is this Cameron?
Mm-hmm.
The actual release date for Japan, March 4th, 2000. So Cameron gets a point for that. I give him a point. That's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was the Japanese release, and of course it came out there first. But when did it come out in North America?
I'm going to repeat my answer.
What was it?
November 15th.
November
2000,
15th?
Yeah, 2000.
All right, Cameron.
Let's go with January 1st, 2001.
Craig takes this one.
Damn.
October 26th.
Oh, it's October?
2000 for North America. And it's funny, it said like February for the rest of the world. Like, it didn't have an actual date. When I looked in Wikipedia, it was just like February for everyone else.
Every day in February.
Yeah, the console was officially announced in 1999 and offered what for the original PlayStation games and titles and controllers.
Wait, what do you mean it offered what?
What feature? The feature that we miss.
Backwards compatibility?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it offered backwards compatibility. It seems like an obvious thing, but lately they've been kind of dicks about that. So the PlayStation 2 is the best-selling video game console of all time, with a total sales of how many million units, estimated by IGN? I don't know why IGN is the one, but that's what the wiki said.
Okay. I think it's like 500 million units or some shit like that.
Okay, 500 million.
501. So joking. I'm going to go with a cool 450 million.
No. 159 million.
Damn it.
Estimated by IGN.
You got me thinking high, Craig.
And at least 100.
I thought it was like something bullshit because it was like...
That's a lot of fucking consoles, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I remember like the DS being ridiculous, but that's because like they counted like every conceivable version of the DS instead of like whatever.
Yeah, the DS is the second highest selling console. And
that's why.
Yeah. 150 million of those have been confirmed by Sony. So since the release of the console, there have been over how many games released for it? Like just different titles, separate titles.
Just for the PS2?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go with 2,700.
Okay.
I'm going to go with 3,500.
Cameron is closest. Over 3,800 different games. That is fucking insane. And between those 3,800 games, how many copies of PlayStation 2 games have been sold total?
How many copies of PlayStation 2 games?
Yeah, like just all the games. How many have they totaled up? It's a really high number.
Oh, I bet it is.
It's much higher than your console estimation.
Just the total amount of games?
Yeah. Total amount of games sold out of those 3,800 plus.
Let's go with 900 million units.
Okay.
I'm going to go with... it's going to go with 790 million units.
I don't think either of you get it. Over 1.5 billion.
1.5? I would be the closest.
Yeah, but that's 600 million off, Craig.
You were saying it was higher than the console guess.
It is. That's way higher than the console guess. The console's original development began around the time that the OG PlayStation was released, apparently. And by the year 1997, the press had learned that the console would have backwards compatibility with original titles, as well as what two main features? Two big... Well, one of them's a really big selling point for the console.
DVD player.
Okay, that's one.
And online access?
That is the other one.
Oh.
2 points for Craig. Tied ball game. Those are the two big ones. Honestly, they didn't focus on internet connectivity as heavy as...
especially over
Xbox,
here.
Yeah, as Dreamcast and Xbox. But actually, the Xbox is what caused them to do that.
Yeah.
They saw that it was coming out, and they were like, okay, let's do this. Upon the release, the console, games, and accessories pulled in how many $1 million on the first day?
Wait, what?
So everything...
First day sales.
Everything PlayStation, how many sales the first day?
So including accessories, the console, and
games.
And games?
Yep.
On the
How many
first
games
day.
came with launch? Is that another question?
There were more than other consoles before it.
Okay.
It didn't have like a huge library, but...
I'm going to say they made a cool 90 million in sales the first day.
Okay.
Let's go 120 million.
$250 million
Oh.
on the first day is how much was made,
Damn.
which blew the $97 million that Sega made on the Dreamcast out of the water.
Fuck yeah. Wasn't that the Lifetime? Or wait, or was that the...
That's just day one.
That was day one.
And
Okay.
Sega's considered their launch very successful. Like many heavily successful console releases, the PlayStation 2 had some rarity upon release, and some people even paid over $1,000 for it on eBay. So scalped like a motherfucker.
Yeah, they always are. Fucking Wii's were like awful for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, those were two.
Fucking Nintendo, and they're like, yeah, we're only gonna make like 5 things.
Yeah, they rarify it for sure. So one of the best selling points for the PlayStation 2 upon release was the price point of what? So how much was this bad boy when it came out?
Oh, $199.
Okay, $199.
$299.
Cameron is right on $299, which was actually on par and in even some cases less than the cost of a market price, at least for many DVD players.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this was like
the times, man.
I know. This was an ingenious addition by Sony since it brought the potential audience beyond their initial limit and scope, due to people simply buying it for the DVD purpose. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I know a lot of people that got into games because of the PS2.
Yeah.
Like one of my uncles didn't really play games, and then he started playing it in PS2 because of Grand Theft Auto. I mean, shit, my grandpa even played the golf games on PS2.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where the idea was we throw this DVD player in there, people will buy it because it plays
and
DVDs.
then they might try it out.
Yeah, they might buy a couple
yeah.
games here and there, for the kids or
good.
for whatever. And it blew up like crazy. Like, it's insane.
I also
think
saw
that's
that
also
cause some issues in some families where the kids wanted to play the PlayStation, but then the parents were like, no, we're watching a movie now.
Yeah. What were you saying, Craig?
I was going to say that's part of what affected PS3 is the fact that they added that Blu-ray player and people bought it for the Blu-ray.
Same situation.
That's how Blu-ray won, and
Yeah.
the HD DVD died.
That was the reason why, though, is because Blu-ray is
Sony
better.
decides.
Yeah, Sony decides the fate of the world, the fate of media. So as we discussed last time, Sony was really crushing the puss of Sega by the end of the 2000s. And Sony would remain the only console on the market for over 6 months after Sega kind of died, before getting some decent competition with Microsoft's entry into the consoles with the Xbox and Nintendo's 6th generation entry of the GameCube. PlayStation 2 was technically the weakest specs-wise, but it had a nice head start on the other two. It was out for a while before. The landscape for the PS2 really kicked off during the 2001 holiday season, and Sony kind of garnered exclusive rights for some mega series like, what? 2 big series.
Final Fantasy?
No, not Final Fantasy.
Damn it.
They're both... One of them is bigger than Final Fantasy, but the other one is not. Both arguably better, though. Depends on how you want to look at it. Think of big PlayStation 2 games that weren't on Xbox.
God of War?
Okay, no. That one's different because that one was developed by Sony.
All right.
But big series that were on the PlayStation 2 but were not on Xbox ever. And they are now.
Series. Call of Duty.
No.
No, that was very much Xbox.
Even bigger. Well, I don't know about that, actually.
There's no series that's bigger than Call of Duty.
One of its games has sold more than any other Call of Duty game.
I highly doubt that.
Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto.
There you go.
They didn't.
Grand Theft Auto 5
they have
has sold.
exclusivity?
Yep, PS2 did. Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas did not come to Xbox until Platinum hits on the 360. That's how you can play San Andreas. They were not on Xbox, at least initially. And I don't remember if San Andreas ever came. But they had exclusivity in the beginning, at the very least, with GTA 3, which is a big game, which you can keep in mind for later. And the other series was Metal Gear Solid. With Metal
That
Gear
was my
Solid.
second guess. So 2 points for me.
Fuck you. You don't get 2 points for
I was really going to say Metal Gear Solid. I was thinking about it. I just didn't know enough about it to...
It's still an imaginary guess. It didn't happen, so you don't get a point.
So the first price cut for the PS2 came when? So it came out in 2000. When do you think they first cut the price?
2002.
Yeah, 2002.
What month, though?
March.
Let's go with October.
Cameron gets it.
Fuck
May
you.
2002, when it dropped to what price
It dropped to...
in North America?
$199.
No, it dropped to
No.
200. No. 250.
Craig is right on.
Damn it.
$199 in North America, making it the same price as what other console on the market now?
The
other-
Xbox?
The GameCube?
The GameCube.
The GameCube.
And
We
how
didn't
much
talk about
less
that.
than the Xbox?
Huh?
At this point in time,
how much less?
cheaper was it? than
Oh,
the
it was
Xbox?
at least $200 cheaper than Xbox.
It was... No, it was $100 cheaper than the Xbox.
Craig is correct.
Damn
It
it.
was $100 less than the Xbox. So
3
Xbox
points, bitch.
Yeah, you're tied now. By the way,
Lies.
yeah, Cameron's gotten some points, man.
You're not including that fucking imaginary point, are you?
No, I'm not. He got the one. About the Grand Theft Auto. That was one. So another cut came in 2006 with preparations for the PS3. And unlike Sega, Sony didn't really emphasize online gaming in the beginning, and they didn't remedy this situation, like I said earlier, until the release of the Xbox. Sony did release their network adapter in late what year?
2005.
Okay.
It's either going to be... I'm not going to pick the same year as him, even though it sounds right, just about right. Late 2006.
No, 2002.
God damn it.
It was in 2002.
Yeah. Well, the console came out in 2000. I mean, 2006 is when the PS3 came in.
When did the Xbox come
And then
out? You
2008
said it
is
was
the
in
next
response
generation,
to
right?
the, You said it was in response to Xbox. I thought Xbox didn't come out till like 2004.
No, I think it came out in like 2001.
For the Xbox?
Yeah, or 2. It's one of those two. I haven't done the research on the Xbox yet, but I know it didn't come out that late. And there were multiple titles released alongside it, such as SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs, to demonstrate the online play. I never actually played that one online.
I never played it at all.
So EA actually jumped in bed with Sony quite early and didn't end up offering online Xbox titles until what year?
2006.
For Sony or for Xbox?
Xbox. When did they get EA
Yeah.
online?
2004.
Yeah, it's 2004.
Damn it.
So they had exclusivity. Like, a lot of people were really big fans of the PS2 when it came out. A lot of like developers and stuff like that, third party. So this ended up being a major selling point for the console overall, and truly lent itself to the console's overall success. In time for the launch of what big game did Sony reveal their new slim PS2?
Slim. Fuck, when did the Slim come out?
It's got to be... Then I never had a PlayStation, so I'm just going to go with... It's got to be one of those Final Fantasy titles.
You think so?
Well, it's just one of my guesses.
Damn it.
Was Final Fantasy very big during the PlayStation era?
When did the Slim
Yeah.
come out a question? Because if it's not, I need to know when it came out.
It's cheating.
I believe around 2005.
Is when the Slim came out?
Yeah. I think so.
God of War 2?
Not God of War 2.
Damn it.
Was it a Final Fantasy game?
It was not a Final Fantasy game.
Damn it. It was black.
I don't think black would be
Surprisingly-
big enough for that.
No, it was big enough for me.
That game is fucking sweet.
Yeah, that game is awesome. Not that either. It was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Of course
Oh.
it was.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But again, shortages did break out. Apparently there was like a part where like a fucking boat like got trapped somewhere, like got stuck, so there were shortages across the lake.
Yeah.
And then like in the US there were just shortages all the time. Like it's odd that it sold as much as it did considering how shitty they were at fucking getting them out. So
Slims.
yeah. So most of the PS2 stuff was placed on DVD-ROMs. They did have a couple things placed on CD-ROMs, which, of course, states that the console can play audio CDs, such as CD discs, and, as we discussed earlier, DVDs. The PS2 supported memory cards, all of its controllers, but unfortunately, these weren't always backwards compatible with the PS1 games, and mostly with the memory cards, because you can't use PS2 memory cards for PS1.
Yeah, you can only use the PS1 memory cards.
You can copy PS1 games onto your PS2 memory card, but you can't actually launch the titles from it.
Really?
Yeah, so that was kind of a disadvantage. Most games, though, from the PS1 era, you can still play with the PS2 controller, and a lot of games on the PS2 you can actually play with the PS1 controller. So the DualShock is almost
the only
same.
difference is that they don't have the sticks, really.
Later ones did, though, because remember...
Yeah, they got those later.
Yeah, for PS1, because it was Ape Escape that was like the game that they released on PS1 that kind of taught you how to use the analog. And that was
Was it
right
Ape
when it came
Escape?
out. Yeah.
Huh.
So the standard release PS2 memory card had how much capacity?
The first ones?
Yeah.
Let's go with 250
Shit, it's-
megabytes.
8 megabytes.
Caleb is right.
Damn.
The knowledge
8
of the
megabytes?
PS2. Yeah, nothing.
Damn.
So there ended up being a lot of third-party...
256 was later.
Okay.
Yeah. Manufactured memory cards entered the market as well. The console had 2 USB ports, a FireWire port, and a possibility to install what into the back of the console?
Hard drive.
The
Yep.
yeah.
Hard disk drive. Pain in the ass.
Because I remember you just doing that.
Yeah. Which was required to play certain games, most notably the highly popular
Final Fantasy 11.
Final Fantasy XI. You had to have the expansion bay to install all the shit for that game.
Yeah, and you needed the online thing too.
Yeah. So Sony's online functionality was handled differently from Microsoft's in that it wasn't supported by Sony, but rather the third-party developers who made the games. So they kind of left it up to the devs, like, if you want to
Yeah.
make this multiplayer, you can. It's your servers, your shit. We're not going to have anything to do with any of it. And largely they're kind of that way now.
I was going to
still.
say, yeah, studios will still manage servers for online gaming, but
Yeah, but like Xbox, they have Xbox Live, like they have their online thing, and Sony kind of has done that a little bit now with the parties and like the pre-game stuff. But the online is still handled by the devs
yeah.
to this day. So this is that they kind of took this route and they've stuck with it. Most of these games would work with dial-up, but some games only supported broadband internet connections to play online. Caleb, did you ever play anything online for the PS2?
No.
Really? Oh man.
I remember watching you play that Outbreak, but that's really it.
I didn't play Outbreak online.
Oh, you didn't?
No, the servers were down before I got into it.
Yeah,
I played.
I didn't play fucking anything online. I didn't have any of those games. I think Soul Calibur 3 was capable of it, but I didn't have the online expansion thing.
Oh, okay. So I remember playing. I think I played these with my Slim, because the Slim actually came with it installed like internally, and it was of course way smaller. But or at least it had it didn't have the HDD drive, but it had the Ethernet, so you actually couldn't play FF11 with the Slims. It was impossible, and a lot of people were really pissed about that. Yeah.
That's an oversight.
Yeah. So one of the
Fat
big games,
PS2 is still best PS2. So.
It is. It's technically not specs wise, but it's the best as far as like longevity.
You could run that thing over with a car and it'd be fine.
Yeah, they're pretty insane. I played Siphon Filter.
The fat PS2s are the only ones that support the multi-tap too, which allow up to 4 players to play one game.
They did create mods for the slim ones, but
Did
for a
they?
very long time, yeah, the big ones were the only ones. That's true. That's something we'll talk about later, too. So I played that Siphon Filter Omega Strain online a couple times. I remember running through some missions with random dudes. That was kind of cool. The big one, though, was Conflict Desert Storm Black Hawk Down. That one online was fucking sweet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was like the first time I ever did I put my name in as the username and it was taken. And
Really?
I'm like, why is this taken? Like, why would my name be taken on this niche PS2 game? Like, somebody like that's obsessed with me out there. It's like that guy who's like anal fisting Schweiss Gang 2. It's like, where's anal fisting Schweiss Gang 1? You know, like why the fuck am I Schweiss 19? Where are the other 18 Schweiss Caleb's or Caleb Schweiss's? And that was like, you know what I'm talking about?
I
when you're
mean, yeah, but
making a
still,
gamer tag?
using a name, you're not the only one with your name.
I think I am the only Caleb Michael Schweiss. Although there is
Were you
another
trying
Caleb.
to sign with your whole name?
No.
Well, exactly.
There's a C Caleb Schweiss. Oh, he won't accept my friend request on Facebook.
Well, he's a C Caleb. That's
He
why.
is, yeah. He's a big cunt because of that. So maybe that's why. Big old fat C Caleb. I had a lot of fun playing that though. Like, it was such a corrupt game because you'd like crouch down and your limbs would be poking through the walls, and you would take damage when people would shoot you. And like that was the one I told you guys about where we would like approach each other and pull out our knives, and then like suddenly it's just like a fucking knife orgy breaks out in this room, and there's
Yeah.
like 10 guys. Is the fucking knife sound is just filling your ear holes, and that's all you can hear, and everyone's just fucking getting stabbed from random people. A lot of fun doing the online stuff. Pretty basic though, and a lot of empty rooms. Like the servers,
Yeah.
there's like one server that you gotta wait until a spot gets opened up, and then there's the other server with like the poor bastards that didn't get into the
The
big one.
leftovers.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, it was real small, like 23
Yeah.
people online at once. But man, I fucking
But that
loved
wasn't during its, heyday, though.
No, the heyday came with the PS3. The online for PS2, even though they got into the game, it wasn't as big of a feature as other consoles.
Yeah.
Even then.
Heyday of PS3 was Modern Warfare 2 online,
Yeah, that was the beginning.
and
of
when that
the
became
amazing.
corrupt.
Yeah, it really
Sure
did.
it wasn't Black Ops? And
Black Ops is
2?
the-
Well, that was peak Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Peak Online was corrupt Modern Warfare 2.
Your peak experience of just prestiging a million times.
yeah. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with those. They were pretty low key online games though, even then. But I still had a lot of fucking fun. So the console was originally released in a black kind of, I don't know, what is it, matte. It's kind of like the not smooth black stuff,
Yeah,
but it ended up coming out with a matte. That's the artist way to say matte.
No, isn't it?
Matte, yeah. But we did get ones that were gold, silver, red, ocean blue, pink, even in some of the like Pacific Island areas.
I know that there are other colors, but I've never seen one. I've only ever seen the black ones. Although I did see a blue slim one before.
I've seen the gold slim one. And the
You've seen the
silver
gold slim?
and the silver slim one, yeah. So lots of different random colors. Like I said before, there was a built-in Ethernet port for the slims, and in some markets they even had a built-in modem. So that was kind of cool. There wasn't really room for the expansion bay, like I said, so obviously you couldn't play Final Fantasy XI, which requires the HDD drive. So hardware-wise, Sony released a device called the PSX that was used as a digital video recorder and DVD burner alongside with some PS2 titles. So it ended up not selling very well and was only released in Japan. The PS2's DualShock 2 is almost identical to the OG PlayStation's DualShock. It only added analog pressure sensitivity on the face, shoulder, and D-pad buttons, which replaced the digital buttons on the previous controller. So it kind of upgraded everything without changing it a ton.
Yeah.
PS3 is when they started fucking around with like 6-axis and like, you move the controller and it like, responds
It made
to
it
you.
wireless. Although they had some wireless ones for PS2.
They
were
did,
like
yeah.
all third party.
Yeah. So the new controller had force feedback as well, or obviously vibration. And you could also purchase a DVD remote control, horizontal and vertical stands for the PS2, and of course, the multi-tap. Some of the best times we've ever had playing video games.
Fucking Medal of Honor, European Assault.
Yeah.
Playing that game.
That game.
Oh, yeah, and then fucking Nightfire.
Yeah, that 007 Nightfire. Man, some of like the best times, just like bringing the multi-tap over to Craig's house, and then
I
Craig's...
have the multi-tap.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. You do own the multi-tap, don't you?
Yeah.
We'd go over to Craig's. I'd have Nightfire, bring a couple controllers. Me, Caleb, Callan, sometimes Cameron, I think, would come over, and we just got like Craig's got like fucking Cake playing in the background on his phone, and then we got fucking Odd Job hat duels going on with this fucking Nightfire game. Those were a lot of fun.
Kicking your guys' asses in the old European Assault.
Yeah, European Assault
the fucking
was
like wiggling while you're fucking aiming down the sights.
Yeah, that was
fantastic.
Some fucking dying of laughter moments in that piece of shit game.
Lies, it's beautiful.
There's that. I did a lot of Red Faction 2 back in the day too with the PS2.
Did you play that one on multi-tap?
Yeah,
four-player game.
4 players. Yeah.
Oh man,
I would play that one with Jake. Actually, me, Jake, and Scode would all play that game all the time. Just lots of cool shit. Like the multi-tap was such a bitchin' idea, and then of course the Xbox says "fuck you." Here's 4 controller ports.
Yeah, the multi-tap also allowed for like 4 people to put in their own memory cards.
Yeah. So you could kind of pull your own data from games. So if you had like more unlocks in Nightfire, you could use those.
Oh, cool.
Stuff like that. So I don't know. That was a lot of fun. It's one of those things that's like really cool, but then now it's just standard, you know?
Yeah.
Now you can connect 4 controllers or however many controllers. It's not a big deal. So they ended up releasing their own USB motion camera called what?
PlayStation Eye?
No.
PlayStation Camera?
iMove. PlayStation Move.
Close. The new one is Move. It's called the iToy.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, iToy.
They released USB keyboards and mice.
I remember the eye thing, but it's...
Yeah. And also a headset. So one of the cool things I remember is
the headset was USB, right?
Yeah. They had their own. They released a line for the PS2. Sony did, but you could plug in any controller and or not any controller, any like mouse and keyboard from what I remember, and just play shit.
Yeah.
Because I remember Jake, he would play Dirge of Cerberus with a mouse and keyboard, and it made like aiming like really, really precise and really nice. Admittedly, that is a trash game, but the way it was set up, it lent itself very well to the mouse and keyboard kind of stuff. So that was kind of cool. I always thought that was like, I don't know, the PS2 is like weird Russian tech, you know what I mean? Like it's the oldest one of the survivors of this generation, but like
it's a Swiss Army console.
Yeah, but like it can do so many cool things, but it's still kind of shitty graphically and like in a bunch of ways, but like you could plug all this shit into it and like make it ascend in a way. It's like a really bizarre situation. We also saw a multi-tap music game, or no, a multiple music game accessories such as karaoke mics, dance pads, guitar controllers, and even a fucking drum set for certain games.
Yeah, that was for Rock Band, right? The first Rock Band?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the PS2 also...
Oh, wait, wasn't there like a DJ one too, or was that?
Yeah,
for
that
PS3?
was another one. Yeah, there's
Okay.
a DJ one.
Yeah.
So the PS2 had a few specialized light controllers, and what were those? Let's see if you guys can name any of them. Specialized controllers for the PlayStation 2. I know Caleb knows of at least 2 of these.
What do you mean, like shaped in certain things?
Yeah.
There was one of a slime from Dragon Quest.
That's one of them.
And another one was... Oh, fuck.
Don't give him hints.
I'm not giving him hints. He just knows of them.
I think there was one for Tomb Raider. Did you say there was only 2?
No, there's like 4 or 5.
One of them has to be the Dance Dance Revolution pad.
Well, these are what I'm talking about now. Is like actual.
It was the PS2 controllers, but they were in the shape of a certain thing. And I
Okay.
think,
Yeah.
I can't remember what the other ones were. I only remember the slime one, but I've seen a few of the others. I think one of them was like a box or something. I can't remember.
Is one of them like a fucking egg?
What were they? I can't remember the
they
other
had
ones.
a Gun Con, the Dragon Quest XI Slime, and a Final Fantasy X-2 Tiny B, Onimusha 3 Katana, and the one that I thought you would guess, the Resi 4 Chainsaw controller.
That's the other one that I was thinking of, is the chainsaw, and I think I've heard of the katana one before too.
The Chainsaw one's fucking sweet.
I've seen the chainsaw one.
How was it playing with those?
I can't imagine it's good. I never played with it. It looks fucking
the slime
crazy.
one looks like the only one that's playable.
Well, also it's an RPG, so you don't really need like Resi 4 with the chainsaw thing. That sounds fucking hard, man. That's like
does.
Dark Souls DDR pad hard, you know? Like, how do you make sense of this? It'd be sweet if you had to like rev the chainsaw to shoot, though. You just like fucking. But it also would make shooting
I'm gonna Google some of these so I can show Cam.
disjointed completely. So the PlayStation 2 has a lot of homebrew potential, so it's been modded to hell and back again.
Yeah.
You can download external software to download games to decrease loading time. They released Linux for PS2.
Really?
Yeah, so on. Sony actually released that. There's emulations of older computer games and older systems as well. The reason why I bought that Japanese copy of Outbreak File 2...
There you go. That's the slime controller.
Okay.
Doesn't it just look ridiculous? Like,
It was this, or yeah, that thing right there. But then like the bottom of it was the controller. And just like had a fuckload of buttons. It was
So you
like
had
a
to
turbo
hold it
controller.
upside down?
Yeah, you held it upside down. It was like a huge.
So you just had this big old thing?
It was basically just a giant sphere.
Okay.
see, it seems like a cool idea, but then
No.
when you... yeah, but then when you actually
No,
think
not at
about
all.
it,
It
it's
doesn't
like,
seem like a cool idea to me at all.
this is hellish
All
to
right.
play.
All right, let's go with the chainsaw one.
Anyway, yeah, I would have to download, like... I would have to soft mod my PS2 to play that online, but I could
Right.
technically play it online.
There's the chainsaw controller.
All right.
Yeah, can you
see
imagine?
it again?
Imagine fucking playing anything with that thing.
It's just so fucking massive, dude. It's ridiculous.
It looks evil, man. I can't imagine playing anything with that.
Yeah, so...
The katana one,
Lots
too.
of modding. I mean, Sony's kind of famous for this now. The PSP was
Yeah.
so fucking modded as well. But the PS2, there's lots of things you can do to soft mod it. There's like a lot of third-party mod software
God,
released
that just
too,
looks evil.
and hardware.
Right.
That one's retarded. God,
It's just a fucking
the
line.
sword. The sword's ridiculous. But they like the HD loader I bought because I wanted to be able to install games onto my hard drive, right? And that's
Right.
what that whole program is, and it's basically based on the idea that you cut down loading times by having the game already installed on the HDD drive. Of course, it didn't work because I have to soft mod the PS2, and then I said, "Fuck it, I'm not doing that because I don't want to mod it, and it's too much work."
How
but
much
there's
work
a-
can it be?
It's not really that hard. I just don't know. I just feel wrong modding my stuff. Like it
It's
just seems
an old console. It's not like you're going to get banned for modding it.
That's true. That's true. I don't know why. I'm just a fucking.
I don't even understand how these are controllers.
I'm just a stickler. Yeah, they don't. It doesn't make any sense.
Controllers of the guns.
Yeah.
I don't.
So the PS2 enjoyed one of the longest development times ever, as far as like its lifespan of the console.
Yeah.
And I mean like releasing the consoles, which they were produced until what date? So it came out in 2000.
I think they stopped producing them in...
Producing here or producing in Japan?
Overall, I think it's the
Okay.
same.
Sometime in 2011, probably.
All right, it was. It's 2015.
Yeah, neither of you get it.
Wow.
January 4th, 2013 is when it's.
I was closer.
He said 20. One of you said 2011. One
I
of you
did.
said 2015.
Oh, okay.
We're equidistant. Don't
So-
worry about it.
despite the
Well, they stopped doing
announcement-
repairs on it like last year.
Yeah.
And keep that in mind, yeah. Despite the announcement of the discontinuation, games were still being produced for the PS2 until 2013, as of 2013, including Final Fantasy XI, Secrets of a Duelin in Japan, FIFA 2013 in North America, and Pro Evolution Soccer in Europe, some of the last things. Repair services for the PlayStation 2 ended on what date?
Okay. I remember this. I tweeted about it as soon as I heard. Fuck. It was like...
2016.
It was March something... 2018.
And I'll give it to Craig. September 7th, 2018.
It was
Nice.
September?
Yeah, is when they stopped repairing PlayStation 2s in Japan. And Square Enix kept the online servers for Final Fantasy XI on until what date?
Okay, this one ended like... It was 2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
2017. I want to say like... August 2017.
Okay, you got a guess, Cameron?
2018, the end of the year.
March 31st, 2016. So Final Fantasy XI was online in 2016.
I remember it because you guys were talking about it. And I thought
Yeah.
it was 2017.
We talked about...
Because it was fair. I remember it being somewhat recent.
Yeah,
The
that's
last
pretty insane
2 or
that
3 years.
you could still play 11 online in the last 3 years. So Sony faced a class action lawsuit from the wonderful Superior Court of California, and it basically addressed consumer reports of no disk error messages and other problems while attempting to play DVDs and CDs on the PS2. Sony settled this lawsuit by compensating the affected customers with a $25 US dollar gift card, a free game from a specified list, and I tried to find this list, but I couldn't find it online, and a reduced costs on repairs or even potentially replacement of the console. So they had a few problems from California, at least on shit not working right, and that was the only lawsuit that they really ran into.
When was that?
I think it was shortly after it was released. So some of the initial ones. The weird thing is
okay.
like the failure rate of the PS2 is nothing compared to
Oh, yeah. It's fucking tiny.
compared to like other consoles later. Since it technically wasn't the most superior tech wise of the 6th generation, what ended up making it the best console of all time, best selling console of all time, and I think my favorite and the best that's ever been released, the games. So let's talk about the best-selling games for the PS2. Also, you got to note that over 150 PS2 games have sold over 1 million copies. And if you don't remember from last time, only 6 Dreamcast games sold over 1 million copies. So this thing makes the Dreamcast look like a fucking chode. Like, it's ridiculous. Like Dreamcast, like we did the top 10 for that one, and 6 of them were over 1 million. The other ones are like not even 500,000 for most.
Yeah,
It's obscene.
it was a huge drop for
It's
the other ones.
it's fucking insane. So since I love the PS2
and
so
one
much,
of them was that weird fish game.
yeah, the fucking the uncomfortable fish baby head thing.
Yeah, the fucking homunculus game.
Yeah, we should play that, dude. That looks so cool. Just play like a bunch of trash games. No, that's like what I'm into now. It's just fucking not good things.
I know.
So since I love PS2 so much more than the other consoles that we've done in this segment, I have a list of the 15 highest selling PlayStation 2 games.
Okay.
First, you guys guess what those 15 are. Or just guess a list
Guess
of games.
15.
You don't have
Number
to guess
1
15.
All
is
right,
going to be a
let's see.
GTA game. Number 2
Yeah,
is going to be
San Andreas, Final Fantasy X, God of War 2,
Metal Gear Solid.
Gran Turismo 3, or I want to say, but I'm
Okay.
not entirely sure that's a PS2 game. one of the Gran Turismos. Metal Gear Solid 3. Guitar Hero 3. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not.
So
I'm
you
not even
named
trying.
7?
Huh?
You named 7 games.
Yeah.
All right, Craig. 5 of those are in there.
Woo!
So what are you going to do, Cameron?
I have no idea. I did
Well, you
not-
named a couple.
Well, yeah, GTA, and then a Final Fantasy game,
What
and a
Grand
Metal Gear
Theft Auto?
Solid, and San Andreas.
Okay, San Andreas is 1.
Grand
And
Theft
then-
Auto 3 probably also. All the Grand Theft
And
Autos
then-
that were
then
on
a-
PS2 are
And then a
probably
Metal
there.
Gear. I don't even know.
You don't even know which Metal Gear?
No.
I think wasn't 2 and 3 on PS2.
What about a Spyro game?
No, Spyro was PS1.
Oh, Crash
The
Bandicoot.
guys who
Wasn't
made-
there one on PS2? I thought
There
there
was, but it wasn't very well received.
Okay.
All right, so 15th best-selling game, Jak and Daxter, the precursor Legacy.
The first one?
Yep.
Really? Oh, okay.
That's the bestseller of the series, apparently. How many copies did that sell? So now we dive into the copies sold. My favorite part.
For 15 fucking games.
15, yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's expedite this, Craig. Just throw out a number. I'm going to go with they
go-
sold 100,000 copies.
Let's go with 3 million.
I'll give it to Craig. 4.2 million. God of War
Wow.
2, 14th best-selling
5
game.
mil.
6.
Cameron's closest, 4.24 million.
Damn you, fucking Cam.
13 is Madden NFL 2005.
Of course it is.
5.5 mil.
Let's go 6.
Neither of you. It's like 4.3.
Oh, okay. We're ramping too fast, Craig. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
looks like.
Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King.
Let's go with 5 mil.
What was the last one at?
4.4.
4.3.
Let's go with 4.8.
Neither of you get it. 4.44.
Oh, god damn it.
What?
It's slight for some of these. God of War, the original God of War.
4.5.
4.9.
Caleb gets it. 4.61 million. Kingdom Hearts, original Kingdom Hearts.
OG
5
Kingdom
mil.
Hearts. Let's go 6 on that one.
Cameron gets it. 4.78. Tekken
Really?
6. Yeah.
I would expect that would have jump.
Or Tekken 5, not
Tekken-
6.
Tekken 5.
5 mil.
4.9.
6 million.
Ooh.
Of course I keep guessing 6, and this is the one. It's like, ha!
Final Fantasy 12.
6.2.
6.3.
Fuck you.
Cameron gets it. 6
Nice.
million. Metal
it.
Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. This one's
6.3.
surprising.
Oh, it's surprising, Craig. So
No, let's go 7.2.
Yeah, Craig gets it. 7 million.
Damn.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
that's going to be a cool 7.5 mil.
Let's go 8.2.
And 9 million.
God damn it.
Final Fantasy 10. I got these out of order, actually. So this one's less.
Damn it.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What
I don't know
fucking place
why.
is it?
8.5
This
mil.
one's actually in 6th.
God damn it. Okay. 6.3.
8 million.
So do I get it?
Yeah, Cameron gets it.
Nice.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Oh, yeah. This is easily 10.5.
Let's go 11.
Neither. 9.61.
9.
Gran Turismo 4.
What did I say? 3.
9.8
What I was
mil.
guessing. Okay, I knew it was one of them. It was 3 or 4. Let's go 9.8.
11.76.
Fuck. Okay. Anyways.
Gran Turismo 3.
Okay, so that was one. All
It
right.
was, yeah.
So both of them.
That was the one that I had. It was
11.8 million.
Let's go 11.3.
3. 14.8 million copies. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the
This is
best
number one.
game.
Okay, this one's gonna be. I'm gonna go with 20.
13.5 million.
The last one was 14.89.
You're gonna go down.
No. Okay. 1 second.
It sold less, but it was worth more.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's go 18.3 million.
17.33 million. I'll give it to Cameron.
Yes.
Well, you better give me the ones that I was close on. Then you fuck.
The other ones we weren't close at all.
There's ones that I was off by $1 million, and you didn't say I got it.
Well, that was 970,000. That's not $1 million, Craig. That's just almost $1 million. So, final thoughts on the PS2. I do genuinely think it is the best console that's ever come out. The library is what really makes the console.
Yeah, it has a huge library, a ton of exclusives, fucking online capability, but we never really got into that.
Yeah, not much.
Just fond memories of like stuff with the multi-tap and just whatever.
Yeah, some really iconic games. You know, you got the Metal Gear Solid, you've got the Grand Theft Autos. Those three are the biggest Grand Theft Autos, outside of 5, obviously. But that was when like Grand Theft Auto was on top of the world. You know, and that really ramped up to 4 and 5's success.
A lot of games that got their start on PS2, like fucking Jack and Daxter, God of War,
Yeah.
fucking Devil May Cry,
May Cry was
Resident
up there.
Evil really hit with 4. Fucking a ton of games on there.
What were the point totals?
Point totals for
He hasn't been keeping track.
No, I
but
have.
You probably won.
Cameron 13, Craig 19.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's because I did not try to guess any of those games in
Yeah,
the top
Craig
15.
got like 6 points from that. I mean the PS2, it's such a cool little system. I mean the music player, I used that a lot back in the day.
I never really used that, but I did use it to watch movies and stuff, just because of the DVD player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember discovering a lot of games because it had backwards compatibility, because I didn't have a PS1. So that's how I played all my PS1 games.
Yeah.
And I discovered Dragon Quest on the PS2. And
Yeah.
then that's also where I got the demo disc for Final Fantasy 12, which is like one of my favorite Final Fantasies.
Yeah, I mean the console just had so many things going for it. It wasn't super expensive. I feel like the titles were just amazing. We had like stuff like Shadow of the Colossus that was on there, Eco. These really classic, like well-regarded games that were only on PlayStation. FF10, FF12, both fantastic. 11 had a huge presence.
They had a lot of like icons in those games too, like Sly, fucking Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter. Like they had a really big library of like those icon characters.
Yeah, that was where Sony really went crazy with that kind of stuff. There were a lot of third party, a lot of great stuff happening. Insomniac, they did the Ratchet and Clank, right?
Yeah, they did Ratchet and Clank.
So I mean, this is like Insomniac and Naughty Dog continuing their franchises on their consoles. You know, at first it was Crash and Spyro for PS1. Now it's for PS2. It's Sly, or not Sly. It's fucking Jack for Naughty Dog, and then Ratchet and Clank for the other guys. And then of course they continue with fucking Resistance and
Spider-Man.
I would say no. Well, Resistance and then Drake, Uncharted for Naughty Dog, and then now it's
Naughty Dog didn't do Resistance.
no. Insomniac did Resistance.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like they each have their big series that they're doing, but they kind of moved away from like they both kind of moved away simultaneously from like the characters, you know, like the animated characters. They both moved to realism at the same exact time, which is really interesting. But I feel like the PS2 is another great reason why it's so successful is like it has 3,800 titles on it. Like that's ridiculous. That's an insane amount of games released for a console. Like it's nuts, and there's just so many different fucking things.
its lifespan was fucking huge too. It had games coming out for it that were coming out for like PS3 and stuff.
Yeah,
like that. Force Unleashed had like a simultaneous release on like fucking 5 systems because like PS2 was still in the running.
Exactly, and PS2 sold very well into the 7th generation too. It was still like tearing it up. Like it was just unstoppable. It did something that the Wii kind of did to a greater success in some ways later with the DVD thing, but the Wii really captured the family aspect of gaming and kind of brought that around. But the PlayStation, I think, introduced a lot of people due to its low cost for a DVD player. So I don't know. I think it's a really impressive little console, and I am glad that was kind of where I got my start.
It's also like the most solidly built. Like it doesn't have its failure rate was fucking minimal. Out of like all the consoles,
I think the Slims had problems.
The Slims,
with the
Slims I know have more problems.
The disc reader fucked up on mine.
The OGs are like beasts.
Yeah,
still.
they're little tanks basically.
Like it I've had mine for forever, and it hasn't failed at all.
Yeah, I've had mine for probably over 10 years, my PS2 that I have now, and I still play it, and it works just fine.
Yeah, we're nearing on fucking nearly 20 years of this console having been around, and they still function perfectly.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the library, it's just so diverse. That's another cool thing about it. Like, just so many
they have
random
racing games, shooting games, action games, platformers.
Yeah, and like anyone that wanted to make a video game
games.
could make it on PS2. Like that's just kind of how it feels. It's like
even had a couple open worlds with fucking the Grand Theft Autos and Bully and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of good times. I'm excited to talk about the Xbox, though, because I don't know as much about the Xbox. I mean, we all know what the best-selling games are going to be for OG Xbox, but...
Oh, yeah.
They're like 3 exclusives.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Gears of War didn't come out till the Xbox 360.
Yeah,
going to be
360.
2 different ones. One's an exclusive and one's not.
Yeah. Well, we know one of them's probably going to be San Andreas again, honestly, but...
well, if it didn't come out until the 360, then... it couldn't.
They might have only had it for a while with the exclusivity. It might have just been 3. I don't know though. I don't remember. I remember having my uncle had a copy of it, and he played it on his 360. But it might have been an Xbox copy of San Andreas. I don't know for sure. I really enjoy the console. I'm glad I spent as much time with it as I have, and it still holds up. I mean, we can talk all day about how powerful a console is and like how much the tech adds to it, but I think at the end of the day the library is what really counts.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it interesting for these later generations, because the later generations like PS3, a lot of the big PS2 games they re-released on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
And so it makes it hard. It kind of like blurs the lines between a console's greatness because of the console itself, and then a greatness because of the library that they have.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, where do you draw the line between their actual library and then games that they've ported to it?
I base it entirely off of its exclusives.
Released at the time of the console?
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's a lot of games that share games, like PlayStation and Xbox and even Switch now are like sharing games. But the ones that really matter, that give the console its identity, are the ones that are specifically for that system.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And they definitely had them. They had them going strong at this time.
Oh, yeah. This is like it being started first, and it had like a shitload of games that are purely its own.
Yeah, I think one of the last games that I remember Sierra releasing... they haven't released a game in a long time, as far as I remember, was this game called fucking Tribes Aerial Assault.
Oh, I remember playing Tribes.
Yeah, it's like a really poorly put together Halo, basically, is what it is. Like,
yeah, that's exactly what that game is.
It's like some of the most rancid controls you've ever experienced in your fucking life. It's like L1 and R1 control your jetpack, and then L2 and R2 are shoot and aim and stuff. Like,
yeah,
crazy. But like stuff like that only really existed on the PS2 because it's like, fuck it, it's so easy to work with. That was one of their big things. They gave tech demos out in like software demos to everybody. Like they're like, just
I
make
think
games
one of the
for this
reasons
console.
that the PS3 kind of fucked up is because not because they went with like the Blu-ray or whatever, but the way they read discs, I guess, is like what fucks with their shit, which is why they couldn't put backwards compatibility in the PS3 as well.
Yeah, although
They would have just had to install another laser tree.
That's what they did with the original ones. They had to have two little things, so it was like causing complications or something, which is why they stopped doing it.
yeah, PS2 plays all PS1 games, and PS3 plays all PS1 games as well.
Yeah.
And I keep seeing this on Twitter every once in a while. I'll see somebody like, I didn't realize my PS3 was backwards compatible for PS1 games. And I'm like, every PS3 that's ever been released is fucking backwards compatible for PS1 games. Like,
yeah, they're not all backwards compatible for PS2, but they are for PS1.
yeah, it's like maddening that no one, did you guys never just try? Like, you never just like, I wonder if this will play in this thing. Oh my god, it plays. Like,
It's like, oh my god, it's almost as if they allowed the downloads for a reason.
yeah, like you can download PS1 games for a fucking reason on the PS3. Like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, the backwards compatibility is a big selling point too. And I mean, that's why I don't have a PS1 anymore. Is because it was backwards compatible, and I didn't need it. I gave it to someone else.
Yeah.
It's funny because I played a lot of PS1 games on my PS2 as well. It was mostly PS1 for a long time. So yeah, next time we'll do one of these, it'll be, I believe it's the
GameCube?
Xbox. Whichever one came out first, Xbox or GameCube. I don't remember which.
I feel like it's the GameCube.
All right, so either way,
But
that's
I'm
the one that
not
we'll do.
100%.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Are you doing the handhelds as well?
I
Because
might, yeah.
The PSP was pretty close to, it was in this console generation.
Yeah,
It was pretty close to the
probably do.
PS3 release, but it was still there.
I'll probably start doing handhelds. There's a lot of history behind those as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it for us, though. I don't have anything else to add. You guys good?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
All right, well, I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Enjoy the nude.
Time to get good.
Live always in the nude. But really, we're going to do some Hog League. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hog League. Week 1 results. First matchup, Schweiss's Sweatmeisters, my very own team, versus the Dukes of Death. Guys, what happened? We were supposed to be better than this. We fell 547 to 764. Top performances by Deathwife on the Dukes of Death, and Allybug on Schweiss's Sweatmeisters. So the wives carrying the teams this week. Unfortunately, I didn't come out on top, but still a solid, honestly, a solid effort, if I do say so myself. So, 1-0 for the Dukes of Death, 0-1 for myself to kick it off. Second matchup, Abrak cracks the whip against the most offensives. So this one, guys, Abrak cracks the whip, 551. Most offensive, 435. Top performer for most offensive, Altered Destiny. Abrak's top performer, the one, the only, Poop Sniffer. Very, very mature, excellent name. So Abrak cracks the whip, moves to 1-0, and the most offensives fall to 0-1 on the season. Not a bad start, though. I mean, the nice thing that I'm noticing about all of this, the league so far, is that for the most part, everyone's starting to get a decent amount of points. And I know some of it's probably catch up, just making, yeah, you know what I mean, like catching up to the Hog as it is. But still, good work, everyone. I feel like we did a good job with the draft this time, so we have a good balance of the teams. So hopefully that'll continue to show itself as we go along. So next matchup that doesn't count, Romagers Rompers. The Rompers, 241 against a staggering 863. Excellent performance. Jake had 400-something points himself, which I would usually only count 300 of them, but it doesn't actually matter considering how much they won by. On Romagers Rompers, it looks like the top performer for that team is Felicia Nomiko. So great job, Felicia. You brought in a couple 100 points. Not quite enough to pull it out, though, to pull off the win. So, shit happens. Again, though, guys, keep going. Keep hogging. Keep up on your... keep on keeping up. And whatnot. And so forth and so on. I'm sorry, guys. It's like 5:17 in the morning right now, so I'm a little... yeah. A little bit fucked over. But that's okay. Because we can make this work. So 0-1 for Dylan is the Romagers Rompers. 1-0 for the Doesn't Counts. Great job, Jake. Keep up the good work. Yeah. Next matchup, the Step Motherfuckers against Matunica's Heroes, the undefeated Matunica from last season. Step Motherfuckers, 1,080 points on the week. Matunica's Heroes, 768. Damn, that is crazy. Of course, best performer on Step Motherfuckers, Angry Ass Black Dude, with over 300 points. On fire this year. On fire the whole year. Has been playing games like a mother. And the top performer for Matunica's Heroes is looking like it's going to be Porcupine Racer. So, great job, guys. Matunica. That's the thing about being undefeated, man, is everyone wants to defeat you. So, it happens. Shit happens, bro. I believe you guys still have a pretty good chance. But, yeah, you got to rally the troops, man. Got to rally the troops. Great job. Great job, Step Motherfuckers. I knew you were meant to be a team captain, Angry Ass Black Dude. That's why I did it. I did it because I knew you were the only one that could take down Matunica and his evil regime of endless victories over every fucking person in the entire history of Hogib. So, good job, man, ending that win streak. So, last matchup, Thy Chase Squad, I guess is what we decided to call it, and A for last place. True to their name, A for last place, 407 points. But unfortunately, Thy Chase Squad, 152 points. So, A for not last place, A for tied for first place is what the new name for that team should be. Top performer for A for last place's team, Bob Erdis. Top performer for Thy Chase Squad appears to be Chase himself. So, good job, guys. That's going to be the wrap on last week's matchups. This next week, let's do Schweiss's Sweatmeisters against Abrac Cracks the Whip, the Dukes of Death against the Most Offensives. Let's see. The Doesn't Counts against the Step Motherfuckers. Romagers Rompers against Matunica's Heroes. No. Romagers Rompers against Death Squad. Matunica's Heroes against A for last place. Sorry, I was going down and staggering the things, but that doesn't work out with 10. So that's how it's going to be. Schweiss's Sweatmeisters, Abrac Cracks the Whip, Dukes of Death, Most Offensives. Doesn't Count, Step Motherfuckers, Romagers Rompers, Death Squad, A for last place, Matunica's Heroes. Guys, get in, get your hog, keep it up. 5 teams 1-0, 5 teams 0-1. Future looks bright. Not going to fuck up playoffs this year, so this matters. So keep up on the hog, and as always, guys, live always in the